Hello, hello. Welcome to the channel of all things ballroom dance, where we look at all sorts of real life ballroom dance stories. We share facts. We see weekly, if not more, technique videos you can work on at home and fun stories. And I have a little quick one for you today. And I want to share with you the funniest group class I have ever taught. So this was pretty early in my pro career. I'd maybe been teaching like 2 years. And you find as a professional dancer, there are many people that host private parties. It might be a church, it might be a company, it might be a convention. And they want to hire you to come in and teach at their function. A beginning level class, and usually these events have some sort of band where people want to dance afterwards. And in all honesty, I have not really enjoyed those classes. It's pretty rare I take those on now, because honestly, I feel like I'm more of like a circus rodeo clown, trying to keep everyone's attention and get them excited and not self-conscious to come on the floor, because no one goes into those events expecting a ballroom dance class. So when I teach a dance class in a studio, everyone's on board. They know what they're showing up for. Whereas if I show up, say, to a wedding or an office party, people are like, what? I have to dance in front of people? And they completely flip out. They're nervous. And I want people to have a joyful, fun experience. So often when people call for these events, I usually think it's not a good idea for their particular group. So one day I had a call from a National Pediatric Nurses Association who was having a convention in town. And they wanted me to teach a ballroom dance lesson there to these 500 nurses who inevitably, I was pretty accurate, was going to be 99% women. And I was like, I just see a number of challenges with this. Are they going to want to dance with each other? They're going to be self-conscious. It's a nurses convention. They're not expecting a ballroom dance class. I just don't see this going well. They are not going to like it. It's not that I don't want your money. I don't want to waste your investment, and I want them to have a good time. And this gal just assured me up, down, right, and left that this group would love it and they would go nuts. And I was like, okay, she's on crack. I talked to her probably 5 different times, trying to convince her not to bring in a ballroom dance teacher for this event. But she was dead set and she wanted me there. No idea how she found me. I'm going to guess online. So I was like, oh, good night, Gracie. And no, I'm not going to have any shills in the class because it's off campus. If I teach on campus in a studio, I can bring current students in who can kind of help the class along. So I just thought this is going to be a dumpster fire. So I did bring a couple of my current students who offered to come and just demonstrate these steps with me as I was teaching this group. So I arrived, it was a huge, huge ballroom, and I was up on a stage, and the room was jam-packed with women in like little suits, milling around, holding their wine glasses, enmeshed in deep conversation. And I thought, oh man, how am I going to break this ice? So, and they did have a number of open bars there. And unbeknownst to me at the time, these ladies were lit. And so they know how to party. Who knew about nurses? They were a very fun group. And so anyway, they love celebrating. So I walked up to the stage and I'm like, oh heavens. I grabbed the microphone and I'm like, okay, is anyone up for a ballroom dance lesson? And the entire room breaks out in screams. Ah! And it is like a rock concert. 500 drunk nurses bum rush the stage, thrilled to take a ballroom dance class. I was gobsmacked. So I just got up there and I like I usually do if I'm teaching and there's like huge gender disparity, or often I have leads that want to learn to follow or follows that want to learn to lead. So anyway, I just divided the room into A's and B's, and I lined them up about half and half, had them grab partners, set up a huge rotation, and away we went. And they had an absolute blast. I still can't believe it. And of course, yes, they were able to dance by the end of the lesson. Now, granted, it wasn't like I was teaching a jive or a quick step. I just taught a single time swing. I might have also touched on a nightclub because I believe I taught for an hour. So these are very easy dances to teach beginners in that group class setting, because I certainly don't want to overwhelm them. A big part of that kind of initial ballroom experience is you want them to feel successful, enjoy it. Yes, I can do this. Otherwise, they're never going to do it again. So anyway, that is my most hilarious group class I have ever taught. And I'll tell you, those two poor men that I brought to that class, oh, they were busy that night. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.